Salgun. Hey Linda. Jake was also here. Yeah, it took me a while to come here. Sorry, so I haven't set up everything just yet. Because not all the... Ah, damn it. Now it's wet. Not all the roads have removed the snow. Like, let me show you. As you see, this is the bike lanes here. You see it? This one. And there. The problem is that it's warm today. It's like 3 degrees. And because it's warm, some of it melted and some of it didn't, so it's good. You still get like a little bit of road, but you don't know what you're walking on. You don't know what you're biking on, and you may just bike on a piece of ice and then derail. Yeah. So I had to take the main roads, and that takes me more time because I have to delay it and stuff while going other places. So I haven't set everything up yet. No winter tires. No winter tires, no. But I think even with winter tires, the problem is you're biking, you're biking and you run over this block of ice, and then like obviously your bike tends to go either one way or the other. So the back wheel is still in place, but the front wheel goes there, so you just end up being unstable. So it's not, or the other way around, right? Like the back wheel does it and the front wheel doesn't. And I think the bikes have back wheel traction, right? Because as you bike, your chain is connected to the back wheel. Let's see, no, not manual focus, autofocus. Okay. Somewhere here. Okay. After this pole. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. So you just farted. It's okay. We don't mind people who fart. Everybody farts. Yeah, so it's it just takes more time. Everything takes more time. I have to put on more stuff. I have to be more careful. It's just that's the annoying part. Otherwise, the snow is kind of nice. I like snow. I grew up with snow, and I'm like, it reminds me of my childhood more than anything. So for me, it's nice. I gotta ask you guys, what is it? Something that reminds you of your childhood these days? That brings your inner child out, huh? What is it? Is it the snow? Because a lot of you have gotten snow these days, huh? Does being vegan make you gay? No. If it worked that way, it would be much easier for a lot of people, wouldn't it? Because there's a lot of women who don't particularly like the attitudes of men. And hi. Yeah.
Wat ben je aan het doen?
I'm just gonna be recording, having some conversations with people about animal rights.
Animal rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've done this before here
Okay.
a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I do it like a couple of times per week, but with this week because of the snow and stuff, it was a little harder. It's too cold, and
Okay.
there might not be enough people. Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay.
Mud does. Cute vegan bro, that's so gay. Thank you. On this channel, being gay means being cool, so you just called me cool. I appreciate that. I am cool indeed. Next time I'll put it cool vegan. Cool vegan talks to the people in the public. It's so funny because I put these titles and I'm like, sometimes I'm just like, this cannot possibly trigger people. This cannot, like I put strong and then that triggers people. Then I put smart and then that triggers people. And now I put cute and that triggers people. It's insane. You guys get triggered by everything essentially. You just have a problem with vegans. Just say it that way. I don't like vegans. They tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. And part of me knows that it's wrong, but you know, I don't like anybody reminding me of that something that I'm doing is wrong. I wish people would just stop reminding me that what I'm doing is wrong, okay? Stop reminding me. Let me check the sound. We're good. Okay, also here, one more. Sound check, yes. Okay, turn off the camera. Turn it on when somebody comes. Love it. And then we move here. Okay. Jesus Christ say being gay is wrong and also eating meat is okay. You must have problem with him. Yes. Well, no, not really. I don't care. But you know, if you are simply a follower and that's who you want to be, then you have completely missed the values that Jesus Christ has tried to inflict on you. You're completely missing the point by you saying Jesus Christ was this, therefore I need to be this, because that's exactly what Jesus Christ stood against, simply following people because everybody else tells you to. Because you know, essentially what Jesus Christ did was he stood against what the whole system was. He was an anti-system person, right? And he challenged every part of the system. So this is essentially what I'm doing now. So if anything, I'm more like Jesus Christ than you guys are. I'm doing more of his stuff than you guys are, huh? Because I'm just challenging something that you guys don't want to face. You guys just want to continue doing it because somebody told you to continue doing it. I don't know if that's very Christ-like. I don't think it is. Especially when that something is, because I have no problem, you know. Far be it from me to judge somebody having a routine. But the problem is when that thing that you're choosing is exploiting, slaughtering, causing harm, oppression, and all that stuff, you know. Soy Daddy is here. Hello, Soy Daddy. Tone. I think Chip is better than Jesus. I actually, for a long time in my life, I thought that when I'll reach the age of 33, I'll just travel back in time and I'll actually be Jesus. But I never did travel back in time, and now I'm 38 now. So, oh my God, Renee, I appreciate you. What the fuck? I'm appalled that 2,000 years of human history have not taught anybody well enough for everyone to go vegan immediately. It's insane, isn't it? The fact that most existence is concerned with exploiting animals to death is the most disgusting thing ever. Renee, oh my God, W's everyone in the chat for Renee. Amazing, Renee. You're right, Renee. It is disgusting. And if you want to actually think about it logically, you know, Jesus was vegan. That's the reality of it. A lot of people, well, if he indeed was a god, then he was vegan, because God is vegan. So, you know. So it's either Jesus was not a god, or that he was vegan. You guys want to have a conversation with me?
It's okay, thanks.
Let's see, there's not a lot of people today on the street, so... And a lot of people are just like carefully looking where they're walking or carefully looking at their phone to make sure that their phone is okay in their hand as they're walking. Just kidding. What does the sign say? Pookie? Pookie. My sign says Pookie. I'm doing a social experiment. Come talk to me. Everything is gonna be wet after this. Everything. It's all slushy, slush mango. Like, listen to this sound. You hear it? That's the slushy sound. I am kind of boycotting streaming services now. Physical media is so cheap and fun. You're boycotting streaming services? Oh, you mean like Netflix and stuff? Yeah, that's better. That's better. Fuck Netflix. I only keep Netflix for my parents. I don't. Yeah. Man can live on bread alone, says Jesus. Yeah. Nobody's claiming that you can. Difficult with a stroller, huh? You wanna have a conversation? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, how old are you?
I'm 19.
19? Okay, yeah, you look young. That's why I asked. So that's it. You wanna come here so that you meet?
Yeah,
Nice. What's your name?
Giovanna.
Giovanna. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. Where are you from,
Nice to meet
Giovanna?
you. I'm from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Yeah.
Oh wow. What are you visiting Amsterdam? What brings you
Yeah,
here?
I'm visiting just as vacation.
Are you enjoying the amazing
Yeah.
snow and weather, which happens
Yeah.
very rarely here? So
Yeah.
you're lucky to have caught it. What's your name again? Sorry.
Giovanna.
Giovanna. So Giovanna, I'm Chip. I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. How do you feel about animals?
I don't know how to explain that, but I think I have empathy with them.
Yeah.
I believe in the cause that you're fighting for it.
Yeah. Do you think that when you see an animal, let's imagine that there's a dog in front of us right now, right? And you see those eyes, you see them behaving in certain ways. Do you think there's somebody behind behind that behavior, that behind those eyes, there's an individual like how it is behind your eyes, behind my eyes, who makes choices, who has emotions, who experiences life?
Absolutely. I believe that they have souls.
Yeah.
I believe they feel, they have feelings. I believe they are like us, but we can't communicate with them.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are ways we can communicate with them, but not like we communicate by humans. But yeah.
Yeah, minimal communication,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Do you think we should treat them like objects?
Sorry?
Do you think we should treat them like objects?
No, no, absolutely no.
Absolutely not,
Absolutely
right?
not.
But do you think that there's a certain type of animals that we are not concerned with what's in their head, what they want out of life, and we're mostly concerned about their body, how fast their body grows, what we can get out of their body, and then we kill them and we use their body, for example, their flesh,
Sorry,
their flesh, like their meat.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Actually, you now you have a point.
Yeah.
Now
Do you think that's us objectifying them?
Sorry, you said that we define them as an object.
Yeah, we don't necessarily define them as an object, but we treat them like an object, right? Because we
yeah.
bring them to life only because we want something out of their body. We don't really care what's in their head, what they want out of life, or if they want to live or not die. We just say, your body gives me what I want, and then we use them in that regards. For example, a dairy cow only produces milk when they have babies. So we don't care if they want to have babies or not. We forcefully impregnate them, we take away their babies, and then we say, now you're my milk machine.
Yeah.
When you can no longer produce milk, we kill them. Is this really not, like, this is objectifying them, right? It's not, I'm not calling it badly, right? I don't know, what do you think?
No, now you have a point.
Yeah.
And in that way, I think we treat them like an object.
Yeah.
And in that way, thinking like this, we definitely treat them like an object.
Is there any other way to see them, to see how this type of treatment?
I'd like to say that we use them for our pleasure, like food. You said the milk.
Yeah, we use them for our pleasure, but that's
Yeah.
also objectifying, right?
Yeah.
Like if we think about it, like imagine if somebody just saw you for your body and said, I want to use your body, because
Absolutely.
that wouldn't be fair towards you, would it?
Saying that way, I don't think that it's another way to see them like an object. In that way, no.
Yeah. Do you think
Yes.
we have some responsibility in the matter if we pay for these products, for milk, for cheese, for eggs, for meat?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that point of view, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And do you think, like, are you in that position? I'm not judging or anything, because I used to be there too.
Oh, now I am. I confess that I love to eat meat. I consume milk, so I am in that position.
Do you think you shouldn't be in that position?
Yeah. A part of me said that it's the right thing to do, but the other part of me, it's totally
Because you enjoy what you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I get it, this part of you are enjoying is difficult to let go because you really like what you're eating and you don't necessarily connect it to the victims. Because correct me if I'm wrong, from your perspective, you don't really want these animals to be victims, right? You just want to have some good food.
Yeah, exactly.
But do you think that you can get good food like from plant-based products and stuff?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, I already try some vegan options like vegan meat. I don't know how to say that in English,
Yeah, yeah.
but I already tried some. I have a friend that is totally vegan, and when we hang out, she always orders some things that are vegans, some food that are vegans, and I already eat. So I think it's possible for me to eat something like that.
Have you ever considered being vegan yourself?
No, no, but it's maybe consider right now. Maybe consider right now.
Yeah. And I'll just ask you one question, last question, and I'll let you go. So, how many more animals should be put in this position from now on, like treated like an object for you specifically? Like, what would be the ideal for you? Should it be 0 or more than 0?
Sorry.
How many more animals should be treated like objects for you from now on? Should it be 0 or more than 0?
0.
0, right?
0.
Do you acknowledge that that would require you to be vegan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me give you some resources to help you out with all of this. And I appreciate you stopping by. I mean, we didn't get through all the practices and everything that happens there because while some of the practices are really bad, I don't think practices necessarily matter. I think the way we see them matters more than anything.
Yeah,
And you don't
actually.
see them that way, but sadly you do pay for it to happen. So, don't go against your own values is a little bit like what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
There's a documentary here called Dominion. Do you think you could give that a watch?
Okay. Oh, I don't have internet right now, but
Yeah.
when I arrive in my hotel, I will check it.
Yeah. Do you think
Can I?
until you watch it, take it with you? Do you think until you watch it, you can choose to no longer demand their exploitation, like maybe choose plant-based meals and stuff?
Sorry.
Until you watch the documentary, do you think you can choose plant-based meals and stuff so that you no longer demand that they are treated like objects?
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You
Cheers.
too.
Yeah, she was nice. I'm trying to be today. As you see, I'm trying to be nice, but obviously it will depend on how people react also. Huh? Calling himself cute, that's more ridiculous than being vegan. We found one! We found one! Okay. Thank you. That's cool. So you have a bigger problem with me calling myself cute rather than me being vegan, me calling myself vegan. Okay, well, I am cute. What do you mean? I'm kind of cute. You can't deny it. I'm kind of cute. I'm kind of like a cuddly bear, right? That's why I have all my jacket is ripped and stuff, because I'm a big cuddly bear. She was nice. She was nice, a nice girl. She was very young, of course. I don't know if she'll go vegan. I think if she watches the documentary, she'll make changes for sure. She is, yet again, as I constantly say, she is the type of person who reinforces the idea that we need more activists on the ground, we need more people to speak up. Because I think like if we had more people like if she would meet 2 more activists in the span of, I don't know, a month, let's say, then she would definitely be vegan. So just because it would reinforce this idea, right? Like you got to think of it. We got to think of this thing that we're doing a little bit in this manner. We're planting ideas in people's heads, right? We're planting this idea that what we're doing to animals is wrong. We're not really even planting that. We're just showing them a different perspective, and they're getting there, right? And what we need is, because while that idea is fresh, we need them to have more contact with this idea while it's still fresh, to make sure that the idea grows, because otherwise, it can also just remain like an idea for a lot of people, sadly, right? Because imagine, right, like a lot of people who I speak to here are tourists. They come to Amsterdam, and while they will always remember their visit in Amsterdam, they might just tie all of this up to being in Amsterdam or having a conversation with a stranger in Amsterdam instead of with what it actually is. So it's very important that we have more activists. Chip, you didn't fix your jacket yet. No, I don't know how to fix it, but when I'll go to US, which is in March, my parents will be there, my mom will be there, and she'll help me fix it. Yeah. Well, she'll fix it for me, essentially, is what I'm saying. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's cool. It's cool as it is. Plants scream in pain. It's been proven. Excuse me. Plants scream. I don't hear the pain yet. I thought you said they scream. Nope. They don't. They're crying out, man. It's so funny that some of you guys are like you completely disregard the fact that all these animals are sentient. All these animals, they do scream in pain, they do scream in terror, they don't want to die, they do exhibit behaviors of there being somebody in there who really doesn't want what's happening to them. And then you pick on a plant and say plants scream. Yeah, you completely disregard the other side of it just because you want your narrative to be true. Just because either you want to win an argument or because you want to appeal to futility, which is it's such a lame way to just have an argument. It's just such a lame way to even try to make an argument against veganism, because it's just lame. It's just like it's a weak man's position. It's like solipsism. They're all just weak positions. They're all just lame and weak. You know, they're like intellectually lazy. So to say that plants feel pain or something is the most intellectually lazy thing that I've heard, and so dishonest, because there's no way you can believe that. Like, there's no way you can actually believe that. And that whole study about and the thing about it is, though, you saying that just makes you, like, you saying that plants scream or shit like that just makes you sound stupid and misinformed, because it just makes you sound like extremely average or low IQ in a sense, because you just saw the title of the article. You did not click on the article to actually read it. You just saw what the sensational media named "Plants Scream," but you didn't actually open to read the article, let alone open to read the PubMed article, the actual study. You just said, oh, I saw this title that plants scream, therefore plants scream, it's been proven. Like, it's just so insane. Like, I can tell you about cavitation, about the fact that it's just air escaping. It's a process called cavitation, where air just forms bubbles and then it escapes, and that generates a sound. It's essentially like how a balloon, when you release air, it makes a sound. Doesn't mean the balloon is sentient, but you guys will cling on to a lot of nonsense, ignore the fact that it makes you look stupider, and all you'll do is, in the process, also justify oppression. So it's not that I'm getting tired of it. I'm just like, how have we reached this point in our society where we have so much access to information, and yet we still get people who are so severely misinformed, so severe, like they have absolutely no clue on how to inform themselves better. How have we reached this point in our society? It's sickening, really. It's the same as flat Earth. The same. Claiming plants have feelings or plants scream is the same as being a flat earther. It's just essentially denying science and just trying to form a narrative of your own so that you can feel better about your choice. It's motivated reasoning one-on-one. It's just insane. It's basically believing in Santa Claus. Exactly, Ben. Exactly. Ben, by the way, let's time out people after, more people join in, please. Earth is banana shape. Yeah, Earth is a banana shape. Yeah, it saddens me. It saddens me. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the shit that happened with ICE now, with the ICE in the US, where they killed a woman for her having difficulty essentially driving her car, and they thought that she was blocking the road, and then they shot her in the head. A citizen. And the worst part about it is, like, this shit happened, and then you see motivated reasoning on full display because all the people, all the MAGA supporters, they really don't want to say anything bad about ICE. They really want to believe that that's the solution. So instead of acknowledging that what just happened was bad or wrong, what they're doing is they're saying, they're trying to justify it by saying he felt threatened. She, like, she was driving. He was in a position where he acted normally, or that's okay. Like, it's just, you know, if you really want to live in a society where you can reinforce injustice because it makes you feel comfier about your view, then you're going to end up in a shitty society. You're just going to end up in a shitty society, because society, if we just went by that, we would still have fucking kings. We would still have fucking slaves, because all of those things were comfortable to the people in power. All of those were just things that made people, you know, feel good about their choices. They didn't want to change. Don't be that person. Just don't be that person. Whether you are going to be vegan or not, whether you make the choices, I think you should be, by the way, vegan, because that's also the next logical choice. But whether you're there or not with this, just don't be that guy. Just don't be that girl. Don't be that individual who just uses motivated reasoning. Catch yourself out. Because if you want to be an intellectual, if you want to be smart about your choices, if you want to say, I'm smart, I'm an intelligent being, not even highly intelligent, but just like a moderate intelligent being, then catch yourself out, because this isn't something that you do intentionally. It's just something that your brain does, and you just go along with it without actually questioning it. So, you know, don't use motivated reasoning to make decisions. Be smart. Be a critical thinker. Try the ladder stitch for your jacket. I don't know if you need to add like a patch. Maybe. But the ladder stitch either way. Axel says, I hear you, Chip. Yeah, Axel, I don't know, man. And all of this is, you know how it's gonna happen? Like, the fact that people believe that we are so superior to animals just baffles me. Because all this is just behavior of somebody, it's just instinctual behavior, isn't it? All this behavior of I'm just gonna follow what everyone does. I'm just gonna try to motivate, like, I'm just gonna do what my brain tells me to do. It's all just like, or what my brain instinctively says, like all this fast thinking essentially, right? You know, there's the two, fast and slow thinking. All this fast thinking is just instinctual behavior, is what you claim animals do. So to claim superiority from them and then to behave like one is just fucked up. And I have never ever seen more reinforcement that we're all just a bunch of upright walking monkeys than today. There has never been more reinforcement of that than today. That's the sad reality of it. See? Jesus gave me the right. Nonsense. We're top of the food chain. Nonsense. All of these arguments, you can simply use, you have a special device that you are using right now, and instead of being on the stream and trying to justify oppression, you could just simply open up a Google tab and ask yourself, hey, am I in the wrong here? But no, you refuse to believe that you're in the wrong because you don't want to be in the wrong. Instead of saying, I don't want to be in the wrong, so I'll try to change myself to be in the right. No, you'll say, I'll change the argument, I'll change the motivation, I'll do whatever it takes just so that I don't feel like I'm in the wrong. I'm not even sure if it's like a emotional maturity that you're lacking, or if it's just simply an intellectual thing. But either way, don't be that person. It's just not good behavior. It's just not somebody who you will help progress anything. Like, if we just go by that, we'll always just be stuck in the same place. And nobody wants that. Because I'm sure that most of you who are here are not billionaires or people who are like born out of a rich family or born with privilege. I mean, we're all born with some privilege to some extent, right? If you're born in a Western country, you do have privilege. If you're born white, you do have privilege. If you're born male, you do have privilege. But, you know, if you're born rich, you know, from a rich family, you're going to have a lot more privilege than everybody else. So don't excuse their behavior. Don't just believe whatever they want to sell you, right? Because, and this goes also for animal agriculture, FYI. Because animal agriculture is literally using money from your taxes because your taxes, your government subsidizes them. So it's using money. They're using money from your taxes. Then you pay them, so they're using also your money from that. And on top of all that, what do they do with all that money? Well, a large portion of it goes towards, and I kid you not towards treating animals better, which a lot of people think that they care about, right? Not towards making the products better, which a lot of people think they care about, but it goes towards marketing it better for you, towards making sure that you hear the story that you want to hear when they buy their products. A lot of it goes towards you being deceived enough or being told a story that you so desperately want to cling on so that you keep buying their products. It's messed up, and you keep paying them for it. Like, talk about submission. Talk about submission. How else would you submit? How more do you want to submit if not for giving all of your money to an industry that is trying to lie and deceive you in all ways, including for health, because every single study that came out, which a lot of them were paid by them, and their intention was to debunk this idea that and that animal product, not to debunk, to make the claim that animal products are needed or that they're healthy. And every single time, all those studies came out showing that they're not actually that healthy, and that you actually need to lower them as much as you can. And every single time that they showed like a correlation between cancer or like colorectal cancer or gastrointestinal cancer, every single correlation, they tried to swipe it under the rug. They paid money and tried to say that it was deceived or something. Like they're just literally trying to deceive you, and you're giving them money, and not just that, you're defending them. It's insane to me. It's insane. Don't be that person. Get your tinfoil hats? Nope, not tinfoil hats at all. In fact, you can see all of the documents of what they use, and everything is actually public information. You can see it because they do symposiums on the matter. If you look at a symposium done by animal agriculture lobbyists, you'll see that they actually they have an actual category in the symposium on how to make people feel better about killing animals. That's how we got organic agriculture. That's how we got regenerative agriculture. All these are just terms that they invented, that they created to make you feel better about your choices. They constantly try to bury stories about the environmental impact. They constantly they don't want to pay more to even help the environment in any way, even if it came like with the idea of farming more animals. And the worst part about all of this, or the absolute worst part of all of this, is that they have the technology to do all of this. All of these products that you buy, they have the technology to do all of this because we have lab-grown meat, we have, so that's cultured meat, we have precision fermentation, we have all of this technology that could essentially mean you could get dairy, you could get meat, you can get everything you want without farming an animal. But because they're so freaking stuck in their ways, because they reject progress so much, we're all stuck in this, and you're just supporting it. And it's fucked up, because they're also worse off, you know? It's just like, again, it's the wheel of stupid. That's what it is. It's the wheel of stupid. We're supporting it. They're using that money to oppress animals, and in turn, they're lying to us. And we just keep doing this wheel of stupid. We need to break the chain. Just get out of the freaking wheel. Just stop oppressing animals. Stop supporting the animal oppression. I mean, I'm an animal rights activist and I fight for the rights of animals, but I'm just telling you this as like logic. Like, just don't be that follower. We honestly, more than ever nowadays, we need people to actually critically think. We need people to actually form some form of logical, coherent statements on the choices that they're making, challenge them, and make changes. Because if not, we're just all gonna get fucked so bad, and we're gonna wonder why. We're gonna blame somebody else, like Trump is doing now with the immigrants. We're gonna blame somebody else, and then we're just gonna continue this cycle of stupidity. Obviously, education will slowly increase, and it will take 1,000 years of something which could have been done in 100 years. It's just insane. Been a pretty long rant, huh? Trump living in everybody's head rent-free? Well, when you say you want to annex Greenland, that which would in turn destroy NATO, when you say you want to, when you already went into a foreign country and toppled a dictator from that country on the grounds of claim, and then making that country your own simply because you have power over them, you can't help but talk about him. And knowing that he's just like a convicted, well, not a convicted, but he's been trialed and found guilty in a court of law of being a sexual assaulter, and essentially he's a rapist. And knowing all this and still seeing time and time again people support him, you can't help but not talk about what the fuck is it that these people see in him. Because what is it that you guys keep seeing in him? I don't get it. What is it that you keep seeing in him? Like literally, it's insane to me. It's insane. Like I've never in my life followed anybody. I think there's a lot of people who would choose Trump over Jesus even. And they're people who they claim they're Christians. Like it's so insane to me. Because it's pretty clear that Trump doesn't have Christian values. Like that would be insane to claim that he does. But anyway, I'm on a rant here again. You guys want to have a conversation? Let's see if we can get some conversation. Was he actually found guilty? Yeah. Dennis, not only that he was found guilty, read the court documents. I read the court documents. Read the testimonies. It's fucking insane that people are defending him. They're publicly available information. Read them. Just read them yourself and see. See, if you're a Trump supporter, read them and see for yourself. Don't be afraid of information. What could happen? Just see for yourself and see if you actually truly want to support a person who sees women like objects, because that's what he does. He sees women like objects. He literally, I think he sees even other people like objects, not just women, because it's pretty clear that he objectifies everyone else. But whatever. I'm not here to talk about this asshole. Fuck him. He's an asshole. This whole point was for me trying to tell you to, think critically for a bit. Don't just be like a random follower of somebody. Don't just be like a butt licker or some shit, Think for yourself. I'm here to defend animals' rights, and that's what I want to talk about. Hey, you want to have a conversation? Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, give me a second. You want to come? Here's the chair.
Yeah.
That's nice. What's your name?
Lewis.
Lewis, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
Chip, nice to meet you.
Where are you from, Lewis?
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
Love the accent. Lewis, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for animals. How do you feel about animals?
Yeah, I love animals, yeah.
You love animals.
Yeah.
Do you think that when you see an animal, behind those eyes, there's somebody who makes decisions, who feels emotions, much like when you see a human?
Definitely,
yeah, like there's somebody there, right? Yeah. Do you think that if we were to treat them like an object, would we be fair towards them by doing so?
No.
No, because they're not an object, right?
Yeah.
But if we weren't concerned about what they want out of life or what it is in their head, and we would only be concerned about the shape of their body, how big their body gets, what their body can offer to us, wouldn't that mean that we're objectifying them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Do you think that farming animals is essentially just that?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Depending on the way that it's farmed. I think there is better ways of doing it than other ways. But definitely battery farming and stuff is obviously objectifying and using them badly.
Yeah. Is there any way of farming an animal that isn't objectifying them?
I don't know, free range doesn't bother me as much. I feel like if they're allowed to live a good life, or at least a life before, rather than just being caged.
At what age do you think chickens are killed at, for example?
I have no idea.
They can live 10 years.
Yeah.
As a hint. Just ballpark, what do you think?
Probably 1 or 2.
Yeah, 42 days.
42 days, Jesus.
Yeah. So let's imagine that they were kept for 6 months, not 42 days, not 2 months.
Yeah.
No, a month and a half. So if they kept for 6 months and then they're killed, do you think that they want to die?
No.
No. So do you think we completely ignoring what they would want out of life and we saying
Probably,
we want to
yeah.
kill them is still not objectifying them?
Yeah, it's not. No, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so we still don't really care. We're still essentially treating them like, hey, what I want out of your body.
Yeah.
Do you think we need to do that?
No, I mean, probably did need to at some point. not anymore really. Like
Yeah.
there's alternatives, I guess.
Yeah, now there's several alternatives
Yeah.
that we can use, right? And do you think that we as consumers have some responsibility in the matter if we pay for these products?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, because we demand this to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So how do you feel about this? Like, I don't know, have you ever considered this?
I don't know. No, I've never really like thought on it like too much. I guess like I've always ate animals since I was wee, but I've spoke to a few people before, like people try and talk to you about it, and I like do think about it, but I guess I've never really gave it like too much thought before.
Do you think you should?
Probably, yeah. It's
Yeah.
just the easy option not to.
It's the easy
Yeah.
option not to, yeah. But nowadays, I feel like we're in a place in the world where we can't just use the easy option anymore. We kind of have to make changes, right?
Yeah.
So, do you think that, like, what would you call a person that that doesn't pay for animals to be used or treated like objects?
A vegan.
Yeah, it's exactly. Have you considered going vegan yourself?
I done veganuary once for
Yeah.
like a month, and it wasn't that bad. I do like basically all food. I'm not really like picky with anything,
Yeah.
so I reckon I probably could do it, but I don't know. I do still enjoy like meats and stuff, and that's probably why I haven't stopped.
Yeah, but logically, do you think that our enjoyment of meat justifies what they go through?
No, it probably doesn't.
Probably doesn't,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, so then do you think that we should make this decision based on like our emotions because we like the product or based on logic?
Probably on logic, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll do this. I'll give you a card and then I'll ask you one final question. How many more animals should be treated like an object for you from now on? I'll give you a card also. How many more animals should be treated like an object for you from now on?
It's a hard question, isn't it? Hopefully 0. but-
Hopefully 0, yeah. I'll give you a card. I'll give you also a card. Let me tell you, so there's a documentary here called The Minion.
Yeah.
Do you think you can give that a watch?
Yeah,
It just
sure.
shows what animals go through, and it's just a good thing to see whether if you really want to be part of
Yeah.
that or not. And until you watch it, do you think you can choose to eat plant-based and not demand their exploitation?
I think I could definitely try alternatives. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You also have my
May I
YouTube
ask-
channel there. And
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What country do you come from?
Scotland.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
You've been there.
You want to have a conversation with me also?
Yes, please.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
I don't mind.
Okay. Do you want to come here, Sledge with you?
Okay.
What's your name?
My name is Monica.
Monica, I'm Chip. Nice to meet you. I think you heard part of the conversation, right?
Yes.
So how do you feel about this?
I'm brought up in a farm,
Yeah.
but that was like quite long ago.
Yeah.
And there the animal were food,
Yeah.
just like that.
Yeah.
I still eat meat,
Yeah.
but I love vegetables as well.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, we are pretty concerned of animal welfare.
Yeah.
But still, we need to do more. We always need to do more. But also, if you consider the nature, I am a biologist with
Yeah.
a bachelor degree. And if you all consider the nature, we eat one another, you know? It's
In
like,
nature.
in nature. So if we consider us being an animal, we would be natural. But that would be a wild animal.
Yeah.
So what I think is like we need to not allow the hunting of wild animals for fun, but for food in a responsible way, and the farming and the raising up, when they grow up, they should have a comfortable life, and
Yeah.
then
When they
yes,
get
they
to-
will end up on my plate. I'm not fully okay with that, but I do eat meat.
Yeah.
I'm a hypocrite.
So when you say that because animals do it, we should do it too. Do you think that we should do whatever other animals do just because they do it?
No, I wouldn't say it like that. But if that's one point of view, I would
Yeah.
say like that. That's one point of view.
Yeah, because the reason why I ask you this is because when we use this justification to say, well, we should do it because animals do it.
I disagree with should.
Ah, okay, you disagree with it. So do you think we should do this to animals? Should we farm them? Should we kill them?
As brought up in a farm, that's quite natural.
Yeah.
But my farm was very nice. It was a small farm, you know.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, they are discussing right now whether the cows are obligated by the law to go out in the summer in the free, you know, and because it was obligated by the law.
But they still get killed, right?
They're still getting killed, and
is that
actually
nice?
those ones are for the milk mostly and for the calves and things. Yes, they are getting killed.
And they also get
I
impregnated.
mean, okay, then I can sell an opposite question.
Yeah.
Okay, we release them to the free. What's gonna happen?
Well, the question isn't we release them into the free. If you grew up on a farm, you already know the fact that we bring them into existence, right?
Yeah.
We impregnate the cows. So the
Yeah,
goal,
because the
goal is-
balance of the
Well,
ecology. Yeah.
well, it's not for balance of ecology. In fact, it's for imbalance of ecology. The reason that we bring it, the fact that we farm animals is actually worse for the environment.
Yes,
than for
yes,
the
yes, yes,
ecology, right?
confirm.
So the fact that we bring them into existence is a detriment to what we do. But we bring them into existence because we want to get money out of them. That's why farmers do it, right? Or
Yes.
money or whatever it is they get out of them. But if we didn't support it, if we didn't do it, we wouldn't bring them into existence. So we wouldn't have this issue of what happens if they go out in the wild. And even if they do go out in the wild, they still would have a better time, rather than they would have a chance at living at least. Them being under our protection have no chance. Like they're just going to be killed for sure. The minute that they reach slaughter age, we kill them.
Yes,
And
yes.
that's something we decide, not something they
Yes,
decide. Right?
exactly. The thing is, I'm like balanced between two legs. One leg's like, I really do recycle like every little tiny little bit I can.
Yeah.
I put the plastic off there and everything, preserving the nature, because that's my belief.
Yeah, for the
On the
environment,
other
yeah.
hand, if we don't slaughter 2 and 6 zeros, 6 zeros of the humankind in the world is deep.
If we don't slaughter animals, the world is
No.
deep. What were you saying, Megan?
Humans.
If we don't slaughter humans.
No, if you don't, we need to sort of decrease the amount of humans living in the world
Yeah.
to living more in a balance.
But wait a minute. Why do you have a so you'd rather say we need to decrease the human population,
Yes.
rather than say we shouldn't bring animals into existence only to kill them?
Yeah, I actually do that. I actually say that, yes.
Yeah. So how is that like? Because I want to understand morally speaking. So you'd rather say we shouldn't bring human into existence?
Yes.
For them to live a nice life that we could share, that all of them could share if they would be vegan, if they would be
The thing is-
plant-based, and it would be okay for nature. Because I would rather bring into existence other sentient beings, other animals who have emotions, only for me to take their life for something that I don't actually need, because I've always done it and because I get pleasure from it.
If we were to reduce the amount of people with, let's say, 20%, about 20% of the world's population, I will stand up in the line to be a veggie. Because that will mean...
Why would that matter? Why was that related?
Because I think we're doomed if we do not decrease the amount of people living in the world and
But that's a different
exploring the
problem,
world.
and we can discuss that. But I'm here to speak about animal rights, right? And like,
Because if we still doomed, yeah, yes, I understand. Continue.
The reason why we're doomed partially is because we have to feed all these people, and feeding all these people animal products is highly intensive for the environment.
4 or 6 times, yeah.
Yeah,
About.
it's like four times more land, and depending on the metric that you look at, it's very bad. So why wouldn't we then just say let's transition to a plant-based system and let people reproduce if that's what they want? Then we could have 4 times the population by that logic, right? So
Yeah, but yes, I will agree with. I want to say a bad thing now, and a little bit shame of it. It tastes delicious.
I know.
That I can say. It's like, I'm ashamed. You can see me actually sort of like blushing.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed of saying that. It tastes delicious. And for me, it's very natural. But the animal, because I'm very well concerned what kind of meat do I buy? What company in Sweden do I buy from? I never buy from abroad.
Yeah.
I only buy, and I try to have these local, but I actually can have the rumors and stuff.
Yeah.
To make sure I do buy a pretty decent product. It's still an objective of the animal. Of course it is.
It's still an objectification.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But,
so there's 2 concerns in what you said here. There's one of the environmental concern when you say you're shopping local, which is great, and then there's the
No, because then I can hear the rumors. Because otherwise, you only know what you read. But
I
if
see
you
what
buy
you mean.
locals, you can have the people, my next door. He knows something about this farm, and then I can block that one.
Yeah.
So the rumors is more important to me than having in the newspaper,
Well, it
because I
seems-
don't trust that one.
But it seems
fully.
like you care about animals to be being mistreated. Why do you care about animals to not be mistreated?
I love animals.
But don't you think that then the reason why you should care about animals being mistreated should be the same reason why you should care that they're not killed in the first place? Isn't it the same? Like, isn't it a little bit weird for me to say, like, I don't want women to be... I'm a feminist. I don't want women to be mistreated. but I'm okay with killing them. Isn't that a little bit weird to say? For something that I
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. A moment. I need to consider that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sort of is, but I don't know. You got me there. You got me there.
Yeah, because it's not, my point isn't to get you, right? My point
No,
is
no,
to
no,
try
no,
and
no. I
to
would just,
change this mentality a little bit, because
Okay, I didn't have an answer for that.
I see that. Yeah, so my goal is to change this mentality a little bit, because you see, when it comes to to dogs and cats, we would be appalled at farming them to use them for their flesh. But when it comes to cows,
Actually, they
chickens, and
do.
pigs,
They do.
in some
You
parts
know,
of the earth-
those ones on the jackets.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
coming
those
from
ones, yeah.
dogs. You know.
Yeah, I know.
And
those.
they actually, you know, they have a cream in Thailand now. They have a cream made from milk from a dog. That's good for your skin, you know. And then, can you imagine Thailand and then make it into this industrial thing? But still, in the end, I would, because I am really a vegetable lover. I eat
Yeah.
like many things. It's just vegetables. But I do eat meat as well. I feel in me that I have a need for it. So I would say, and it's all this black and white thing. I mean, to reduce, because according to the nature law, if you skip this all kind of civilization and we go back to the collector and hunter, they were eating meat, but this much compared to this much collecting for the nature. When we have done the opposite now, that's wrong. If we go back to here and collect and hunt the wild animals, like let them be free and maybe have one of them only for consumption, not make it industrial.
Well, I see your point, and maybe that would be better for the environment. I mean, it would obviously be better for the environment, of
And
course.
for the animals as well.
Obviously, for the animals in general, like,
Yes.
right? Like if I
But
would,
that specific,
let me just put it this way: if I would be a dictator and I would be killing thousands of people every year, and I would be like, somebody would come to me and say, "Hey, what you're doing is wrong," and I'd be like, "Yeah, you're right. I'm only going to be killing 1 or 2 people this year." It's still like I would still be killing somebody, right, without any need behind it. Like, you could justify that in the past those people were doing it out of necessity, but we live in a time where we no longer need to do it anymore. We can live healthy without eating animal products. And when you say that your body needs it, you see the way the body
I
works.
feel I need it.
Yeah.
I don't tell you that my body
Yeah,
needs
yeah.
it. I feel I need it. That's not necessarily
the way,
right.
yeah, the thing about it, the way we get this feeling of what our body we want to eat is that we have a certain balance of bacteria in our gut.
Yeah.
And that balance of bacteria is dependent on what we ate. For instance, if you're going to be eating a lot of ice cream, your body at some point, because of that that ice cream digesting bacteria, will crave more of that because they want to flourish more. So essentially, that changes by you simply change. I'm a nutritionist. I'm only telling you this as what I studied. So essentially, that changes by you making the change. At first, it's going to feel like maybe I want this other thing, but it's just like it does with fast food, with ice cream, with everything.
No.
But at some point, you no longer crave it, and at some point, you feel like, well, wait a minute, why was I even doing that? I don't feel like I need it anymore. And on top of what we need, like the way I see it, is just that the suffering of that animal, the exploitation, the abuse, the slaughter, all of it is, to me, pales it like it's their whole existence for me. For a meal, I just feel like there's no balance there. How can I justify taking the whole life of a sentient being because I enjoy one meal out of my life?
And you are making this report to learn more, like
Yeah.
the average man look on
Yeah.
it. And then I want to ask you, because you're like objectifying these animals and things, it's like, what do you want to accomplish?
I want animals to no longer be treated like objects. I want no more farming, no more hunting, none of it, because we don't need it anymore.
And do you believe like a total stop, or do you believe in decreases?
Well, I believe that a total stop would be better, obviously. A total stop would be better.
Yeah, I mean Platon's ideal world and reality. Yeah.
Yeah, when you're asking me about, like, I believe that individuals can make total stop overnight. I think me as an individual can make a change instantly to choose
Yes.
to buy or not buy something.
Everyone can do something.
Yeah, but I don't think that the whole society can do that overnight, because I can't even approach the whole society to explain to them why they should, I couldn't even convince the whole society to do that. So I think that once an individual kind of knows what what they're doing is wrong and that they shouldn't, I think that they should make the change as fast as they can, because the more they product, like every time you buy an animal product, an innocent animal does get treated like an object. And if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't really care if you were the last one who's being killed. You would just care that you're being killed,
Yeah,
right? So that's
it's
how I
matter
see
to that one.
Yeah, that's how I see it. You know, we got to stop thinking them as a cumulative, like animals in general. They're all individuals, and obviously reducing would mean less animals are killed. But even just one animal being killed for me is too much if there is no need for it.
Yeah, we don't have that pointy one, so we wouldn't have to need the meat, if you know what I mean, with the teeth.
The
Of
teeth are not for
evolution,
meat,
you know,
though.
the
Yeah.
evolution of the teeth. So we're actually considering the teeth, we shouldn't have to have the need for eating meat.
Well, we don't.
Because they made for grass, sort of.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, everything we eat goes through our stomach. Our stomach doesn't know what it was. It just sees nutrition. So as long
Yes.
as we get the same nutritional value, it doesn't really matter where the source is. So
Yeah,
then
and
we
then
can
I
make
can
more
say-
ethical choices.
And please, then you can. I was up in Scotland now,
Yeah.
and he was veggie, and he was really. It's I think a way to approach this kind of problem is to actually develop more alternatives. And some people, they are scared because it's like worms and shit. They get scared because they don't really understand.
Oh, not worms. Let's not do that.
No,
to worms.
yeah, no, but I mean, they have to get proteins, you know.
We
They
get
have
plants for proteins.
if you've seen documents about nutrients, they're making this pretty good meal. But the thing is, you have like, it's very limited. It's not that many products
Yeah.
that actually are good to eat, you know. And he was really, my friend, he was really into this, like pasta and then some tofu. And I mean,
But we only need one, right? You just said, like, imagine this. You just said we need to
but
reduce.
we only need one. But the humankind is never satisfied. That's why. That is sort of like the problem. He's never satisfied, and that is like development in the world. Like that's what pushing on towards, which I don't agree. But the thing is, we're never satisfied, and to have only one product that actually tastes like shit or tastes like nothing, because it doesn't taste like shit. It's totally eatable. I confirm. And I eat it, and then I introduced him to cooked vegetables instead with olive oil, you know.
Yeah.
So and rice to that, because it's better for your body. And yeah, you know, as a nutritionist, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
because he was really stuck into that. And then, if you need some fat, okay, coconut milk, yes, you will have.
I
a
wouldn't
lot
choose
of things.
coconut. I would choose olive oil. But
Me too. I don't like coconut milk, but for him to have because it's much easier to put them into direction with delicious thing, and then they can explore just to get them hooked on it.
yeah, but you know, the thing about it is, though, and you're right. Maybe that's a way for some people to understand it, right? But the reason why I talk to people about animals is because when it comes to women's rights, I wouldn't tell somebody stop beating up women because it hurts your fist. Stop beating up women because it's not good for you. I would tell them, or because not beating up women is better. I would just say, hey, women deserve to live, and I'm saying the same thing about animals. You know, I feel like yes, some people will always be in this position where they won't really care, and they will need to see good products out there, and they will make choices based on what they feel out of those products. But what I want is more and more people to try and understand also this perspective of the animals. Just like we want people to understand the perspective of women, just like we want people to understand the perspective of minorities.
Yes,
because
but
they're all oppressed in society, and we shouldn't be doing that to them.
Yeah, but if you look upon for example, if you take a country that oppressed women,
Yeah.
and then but if you don't, they don't know what it's going to be like if you stop oppressing them.
Yeah.
Then they're scared, you know.
Oh, I see
And
what you mean.
it's
Yeah.
a similarity with that kind. If you only have this tofu, or it tastes like nothing, and then it's like because humankind always want more, always they never satisfied. But if you have like 10 different kinds, a lot of more, we need to uprise the amount of
But how do we
different
think we get there?
possibilities. Sorry,
How do we think we get there?
to develop more
Yeah.
interesting flavors and.
We need to demand more.
Yeah, exactly.
So
That's
we
it. That's
need-
very good.
So we need more people to change and demand more of plant-based products. And
Yes.
in the end, well, that will get also other people seeing more products, because if we demand more plant-based products, more plant-based products are made. But if we keep demanding animal products, then the demand is stuck on that side, and the plant-based companies, which at some point, I don't know if you remember, maybe like 3 years ago, there were a lot of plant-based companies just starting up, making a lot of interesting products. And now some of them are failing because there just isn't enough demand, sadly. People just choose the animal products because they feel more comfortable.
And that's also got to do with the economy, you know, because they think there's not enough, because it's quite, in Sweden, it's quite expensive. It's more expensive to be a veggie in Sweden than it is to be a meat eater.
I can
That's
correct-
also one of the problems.
I can tell you that that's not true because we have studies, and indeed plant-based meats, some of them can be more expensive, but I wouldn't advise anybody eat those on a daily basis. Like, you should eat those, as you said, you should eat meat, so maybe once or twice a week, but everything else that you should eat should be part of a whole food plant-based diet. Pasta, rice, beans, lentils, chickpeas, all of these are the
I need fat.
cheapest.
I need fat.
Well, if you need fat, you can...
So what about milk then? What about milk and cheese? Okay,
Well-
because that's also addictive. And for me, because I made CSD, I have a lot of energy, and I also have a very good body. I never have problem with weight, but I do really need fat.
I eat
bits, you know?
5,000 calories a day, so I don't know.
No, but not the calories. I need the fat.
Yeah,
not
so
not the carbo.
But fat is very easy to get from any sources. So
Yeah.
there's so many plant-based sources of fat. Like olives is a good one, right? That's why you make olive oil.
Olives is really expensive in Sweden.
Yeah, olive oil is a good source of protein. Coconut oil, as you said. I don't have...
All those are imported. shit.
Even tofu and tempeh, even they have sources of fat.
But they don't taste anything.
But that's the thing, that's the beauty about them. They don't taste like anything. You marinate them in something, and then they take that amazing taste. So that's the beauty of it. That's the thing about it. You can make anything you want from that.
Yeah, but still it doesn't taste anything, and I really do need a lot of fat because of I have a very high metabolism, you know.
So let me tell you, on that card that I gave
Yes.
you, there's a thing there called Challenge 22.
Yeah.
They hook you up with a dietitian, and they help you with all your dietary concerns,
Yeah.
all of them, for
Fine.
free. And they help you within your budget, within your means, and whatever other question you have.
I put it in my pocket, yes.
It takes 22 days. Do you want to give that a try?
Yes. I'm
Just-
not scared.
Yeah.
I'm open.
And you have all the documentaries there
Yeah.
to watch.
Cool.
Do you think you can give that a try?
As soon as I get home, yeah.
I appreciate you. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very much.
Yeah.
Thank
have
you
a
for
good
loving
one.
our children,
Yeah.
our animals.
Yeah.
I do
have
as
a good
well.
one. Cheers. You want to have a conversation?
Ja, ben je Nederlands?
English, please.
But you're not English.
No, I'm not English. No.
Where are you from?
Romania originally.
Romania.
I have a Dutch citizenship, so I'm
No,
Dutch.
don't worry,
too.
I'm not from the police. I'm not ICE like in America.
Oh, thank God. I don't care.
no.
Even if you were, like, I have a citizenship, so I don't mind.
So what is this? This is
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Huh?
Are you okay being live on
Yeah.
YouTube? Okay. So you want to come here so that you're...
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your name?
Tamar.
Tamar. I'm Chip. Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Chip.
Chip. Hi, Chip.
Where are you from?
I'm from Holland, but I live in France.
Oh,
I'm
you're
just
from-
here for a week for something, for something.
So I like the reference that you mentioned about ICE, what's going on in US, because I'm just horrified by all of it.
Yeah,
I just
of
think
course.
it's all worse. And then I'm going to start asking you a different question. Do you think the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
No, of course not.
No. What if the powerful benefit from oppressing them?
Of course they benefit from oppressing them. Of course.
So they should still not do it, right?
Of course, but that's the way of the world for thousands of years.
Yeah,
The
I understand how it
psychopaths
is.
do
The
it.
question is, should it be,
No,
right?
of course not. And it's going to change pretty soon. The revolution of the people, I tell you.
I love that. Do you think that if the powerful have it like as a tradition or something as they've always done, do you think they should continue oppressing even if they've always done it?
No.
No, okay. And do you think that on the other side, where the powerless, if the powerless are not smart enough, maybe they're intellectually challenged or they just don't realize that they're being oppressed, does that make the oppression okay?
No.
No. Okay.
But the powerless should realize that they're much more powerful than they are.
It's
the
not always
moment-
the case, and this is
No. Of course, oppressed countries. If we talk about Gaza or something, or Iran or wherever,
Yeah,
or
and-
Syria, Congo, yeah.
And to take it away from the human context, because I'm an animal rights activist actually.
Yeah.
Do you think that we're oppressing animals because animals do fit the criteria, right? They are individuals. We are essentially saying, because we've always done it, we keep farming them, we keep putting them in slaughterhouses, we keep
Dreadful.
killing them.
I'm plant-based.
You're plant-based.
Yeah.
Oh, I appreciate it. So you don't eat any animal products or
No.
anything? Oh, amazing. That's
No.
awesome.
It's very, very rare in Holland, yeah.
It's not very rare. Most
Oh,
people are
well,
vegetarian, I see here, but it's
but
very
they
rare.
ate fish and cheese, yeah. And if ever I would eat cheese, I would eat it from a farm where the animals stay with the cows or the goats.
But they
and
still
where
get killed,
No,
you
no,
know?
no. When I know where it's from, I live in France, so you know which in the Pyrenees or something. You know how they. And so for 3-4 months a year, you do not eat cheese because then the little babies are being fed. And cheese, I don't know if you know that, there is a stomach of calves and a stomach of young little lambs.
No,
in
not
all
nowadays,
cheese.
not anymore, no.
Yeah, of course there
Rene,
is.
you say. You talk about
No,
Rene.
of course.
Yeah, they don't use Rene anymore.
And those what?
Rene. That's
Of
the
course
the
they
thing that you
use
said.
it, everything.
But
they're
either
very-
way, like the problem isn't necessarily that. The problem is that, for example, you said 3 or 4 months per year, but the cow produces milk for a whole year because the baby needs milk for a whole year.
Yeah, of course. But I don't eat milk. But I mean,
Yeah.
if you would really want to push it to the limit, then don't buy in supermarkets.
Don't buy it at all
Don't buy it at all, of course.
because that milk doesn't belong to us.
Of
It belongs
course.
to them, right?
I so agree.
Yeah. Like I don't think it's agreeable to ever buy the milk off of an exploited woman or something.
Of
So I
course
wouldn't
not.
do it off
Of
of a
course
cow,
not.
not also.
course
Okay, I
not.
appreciate you. So tell me about this. Have you seen the latest shit about ice? Because I gotta speak to somebody about it.
Yeah.
You've seen
In
it?
America, of course.
Yeah, you see the way that they killed that woman
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Jessica.
It's
Let her name be said, Jessica.
Jessica. I don't know her name. Jessica.
Yeah, it's going. But do you see that in France, people are being imprisoned because they make fun of the so-called wife of the president? So yeah, they go in prison. Yeah. So it's everywhere. Freedom of speech is becoming people's Instagram and YouTube and whatever accounts are being. If ASAP you talk about a certain country, which is taking, killing a certain amount of people in the country next to it.
Yeah.
Which isn't so.
We
And
all
if
know
you,
what
if,
you're
if,
talking
if,
about,
if,
yeah.
you did, I have astrologers and friends of mine. If they mention the names of these countries, their Instagram and YouTube gets banned. So it's pretty bad, yeah. So the powerless. I mean, we are not powerless, you and me.
Yeah.
They're powerless people in other countries. Animals are powerless.
Yeah.
So we have to stand up to them.
We have to stand up for them. Yeah. Why did you call yourself vegan, by the way? Why do you
I
say
said mostly plant-based. I
Why do
said.
you say that? Why are you not vegan?
Because sometimes it can be that I eat milk from not milk, never milk, but goat cheese from a farm I know.
Is
And
that
then-
justified though?
No, but I mean, I'm a human being. I'm doing already no plastic. I've had no car. I mean, I'm not in front of a judge. I buy already not in plastic, which everything is here in Paris, in Amsterdam. I buy local.
But you talk about all these are environmental concerns. But when we speak about human rights, you wouldn't say I already do enough, so therefore it's okay for me to oppress a human right.
But I don't have to defend myself. I do what I basically do.
But farming, regardless of the farming is oppressive.
Of course, the
Right.
big farm. I really
Small
talk
farms
about
also.
the farms I know, where I know the people who have like
They're
100
oppressive also,
goats. Yeah.
Like they oppress the goats.
it's-
The
but-
goats don't want to be used as a milk
Of course,
source.
of
And when they
course,
can
of
no longer
course.
be used, they always kill them. The babies are separated from the mothers. Like the goat farm, the Geiten farm.
Geitenboerderij,
Yeah, here in
Yeah.
Amsterdam Bos. Have you been there?
years ago, 20 years ago. or
Yeah, so
something.
this is one of those examples of the best type of farm that you can have. But in reality, if you go there, you see that the babies are separated from the
No, but
mothers.
that's not the kind of farm I talk about.
The-
not
the
Dutch.
male
I
is-
talk about French.
Well, the way I see it,
yes,
I
they've
wouldn't.
done it for 200 years. It's nothing compared to huge farms where all the animals are cut off and the chickens and the.
This is not a huge farm, but like the way I see it is, I wouldn't support a human farm, so I wouldn't support an
No,
animal
of
farm.
course not.
Regardless of the size of the
Of
farm.
course.
So, do you think that in these situations, when you still say that you buy sometimes from farms, do you think you can choose to no longer do that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
at
of
the end of the
course.
day, they all deserve to live, right?
Of course.
We
Of
can't.
course. Of
And
course.
and these farmers, though as much as we know them, they will always maybe they themselves also believe that what they're doing is right because it's hard for them to accept that. But they will always tell us what we need to hear to buy the products, regardless of
No,
the size.
I'm not. Je suis pas dupe, comme on dit en français. No, but I mean, you talk to somebody who's really very different from everybody who works here. So, I mean, my coat, of course, is not from real wool.
Yeah,
My-
I would
my
hope. I would
shoes-
expect so.
My
Also, not
shoes
leather.
are
Yeah.
vegan. So,
Same,
and
yeah.
I do not want to go into that thing like, but you steal sometimes from farms. I think that's not very fair actually, because you don't know the farm, you don't know the people I know, and
I know
how
that if
they
it's a
treat-
farm, it's bad.
Yeah, but you don't know. You live in Holland, right?
I'm from Romania. I've seen backyard farming. I've seen my grandmother's farm who had only one animal,
And
who
what
had
did you
that
think of
animal
that?
for 10 of years. It's the same thing. It's horrible. It's objectifying animals for no reason.
No, I
no
I
good reason.
totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Let's say that, yes, and I could not go to a farm ever again.
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
not
so-
go, not buy from them, of course.
So it's,
Say
it's
99% of what I eat and how I live is without any animal products.
and I appreciate that. Just keep in mind that 1%. If I said 99% of my choices don't oppress humans, but 1% still does.
The animals, not humans, but animals oppress animals.
Yeah, but if 1% of my choices would oppress humans, we would say that's messed up. So
Yeah,
how
of
can we
course.
justify saying 1% of my choices oppress animals, right?
Of course, yeah, of course.
I'm just trying to like I'm an animal rights activist. And I'm not an animal rights activist in the sense that I fight for animals. I fight for the animal individuals.
Oppressed animals.
Yeah, and
of
for
course.
them being as individuals, because even if one animal is being used or treated like an object or killed, I still think it's wrong, even if
Yeah, of
even
course.
if you if
Of
it's
course.
better than thousands.
Of course, I totally agree with you.
Okay. Well, let me give you a card then. Thank you for having this conversation with me. There's a thing here that I think you'll like. It's called the most important speech you'll ever hear. Maybe share it with the other friends and everything.
Okay.
It's a really nice speech.
Okay, it's your speech?
No, it's not mine. No, it's somebody who's much
It's
better
what,
at
Joaquin
it.
Phoenix, maybe.
No, it's not Joaquin Phoenix. It's
Who's pretty.
Joaquin Phoenix is a nice guy. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good vegan, I guess. The most important speech is by a guy called Gary Yourofsky.
Gary Yourofsky, okay.
Yeah, he's an animal rights activist, and he went to a university, made a speech, somebody recorded it, put it up online, and it's got like 1 million views.
Well,
And it's just like a good speech about all of this. So it's just,
love it.
yeah.
I'm gonna. My feet are getting cold, but you already changed my mind about one thing.
I
And
appreciate
so I
you.
will be 100% on.
I appreciate you. Have a
Thank
good
you,
one.
Chip.
Cheers.
Bye.
Nice one. Yeah, Dracula. Nice one. I agree with you. Telling the world what to do. I'm Lars, telling the world what to do. How dare you tell people to not kill others? How dare you tell people to not oppress others? Who do you think you are, huh? Sorry, I just had that. Might as well wear a red armband. Why? I'm not a Trump supporter. Only they should wear a red armband. They're the fascists. What are we talking about? It's so funny. Made a difference today, Chip. Yeah, that's what we do. That's why I keep telling people, go out there, have some conversations. People are nice, you see, you can have good conversations with people. You guys want to have a conversation?
About what?
Animals.
About?
Animals.
About animals.
Yeah. But I'm live on YouTube, so you'd have to.
We have a friend. He come and we will have this.
Okay. Have a good one. I'll eat more meat now to make up for her eating less. Well, Roman, that means you'll die faster, so I guess that's good. I don't know. I'm always happy when oppressors die faster, so, Roman, you can choose to stop being oppressor, or you can choose to die. For me, I don't care about either of them. It's your choice, man. As long as it's a choice, you do you. You people got that history with fascism. Quit projecting your history onto others. Lars is so triggered. Why are you so triggered, bro? Just take it easy. Just I suppose you do support the rapist, the grapist in chief, the one who essayed I don't know, like 5 women or something that have come out, because probably more than that, but 5 have come out with it. I feel bad for you, man, if you really do support that person. Touching the private parts of animals is wrong. That's why I'm vegan. Chip grumpy today. You read emotions like how I read Chinese. Not at all. Body needs some protein. Yeah. Because I'm not big enough. My muscles are not big enough. Oh, Robin Wyckoff. I forgot about you. Bye-bye. Robin Wyckoff is a known shill for animal agriculture. Or was. I don't know. Maybe he still is, but, you know. Unfortunately, Robin, I told you, you have a couple of times until you can either go and choose to no longer be sending misinformation and go vegan and stop oppressing animals, or you know, GTFO. I heard dairy was the worst. It is. Dairy is the worst. Yeah, it is. Cute vegan. Yeah. Chip is looking handsome today. Thank you so much.
Spreek je Nederlands?
Engels.
Engels, nee, dank je.
Fijne dag. Vegans are hot, to be honest, yeah. Chip, you shaved that mustache, you still look sick. I did shave that mustache like a month ago, yeah. I shaved it because it's annoying to have a mustache. And because it was partly white, and I'm like, you know. Chip, today? Chip always looks handsome. Oh my god, the next stream will be handsome vegan on the streets. Let's see what happens next when I put handsome vegan. I put cute vegan and so many people got triggered by the title of it. Why are you always yelling at Robin when I scroll past? Robin, did you just create another account to come back? Bro, you're obsessed with me, bro. Just... You know, stop being so infatuated with me. I'm not interested. So you're saying plants aren't sentient? We need to do this again? We'll do it again, I guess. Excuse me, ma'am. Are you even a ma'am? Can you say something? Scream. Breathe. Have an experience of life. Have an emotion. Memorize something. Do a trick. Nope. Plants are not sentient. I'm glad you tried out the beard thing because you actually look better without, turns out. Thank you. Funny because animals don't talk either. Well, the thing about it is though, if you call an animal by their name, funny how they come. Funny how they come to you when you call them by their name. Funny how an animal does interact with the environment. Funny how an animal has memories, emotions. Funny how we have science behind all of this and we don't need to dispute any of it. Funny, huh? Funny how you will come in here claiming plants are sentient when we know for a fact that the animals that we exploit and slaughter are sentient. And funny how in the process of exploiting and slaughtering these definitely sentient beings, these animals, we also kill more plants in the process, and yet you're concerned with plant sentience. Funny. I would say ironically. It's ironic, but yeah. Mustache power is only something only a few people a select few can handle. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that, Axel. But Axel, you got also those big, beautiful blue eyes, don't you? You got that mustache, those beautiful blue eyes, and that voice. That deep voice. I'm Axel. And with the blue eyes, with the mustache, and with the voice, I'm Axel. Dude, if you grow some muscles, you're just gonna be like... You're just gonna take over the internet. I'm Axel. You should be vegan. Yep. Blue Eye Master Race. Oh, brother. No, nobody's a master race or slave race. The hell. Pia, yeah, Pia knows it. Bro, glazing me. I kind of am, Axel. I kind of am. I don't know why. It's fun to glaze Axel. It's a fun thing to do. We should have a stream where we just glaze Axel. Rijksmuseum. Yeah, Rijksmuseum. I do have heated socks right now on me, but they're not working anymore, and my feet are getting cold also. So let's see, maybe we'll do just another like 10 or 15 minutes and then I'm gonna go. We're not gonna keep it as long today because of the weather. So it's also because of sitting on this damn ice. So I'm removing some of it. We can eat meat, it's in the Bible, bro. Oh, if it's in the Bible, you can also enslave people then, because it's in the Bible. By that logic, huh? You should enslave people then, because it's in the Bible also. As long as you don't beat your slave, it's all good. As long as you don't, as long as you don't kill your slave after you beat them. Because you can beat them, just not kill them. Not so bad that you kill them. Ha! I made it. Now my shoes are wet. Animals deserve personhood. Jesus equals Santa Claus. Both statements are very true. Remember to like, sub, and comment. Thank you so much, Martin. Yeah. Remember to like, sub, and comment. Martin, being cool. Thank you. Why do we still have incisors if we're not meant to eat meat? Well, why do animals who are herbivores have incisors? What kind of logic is that? You're implying some form of teleology from our incisors, which is dumb. And you shouldn't do that. Chip avoiding my questions. 1602G, it's the first time I see your name now and the first time I read what you're saying. Chip, how do I turn the page? Which page? The human brain needs fat. You can get fat from plant protein, from plant sources also. Let me put all messages. Maybe I'll see all the messages now. The human brain needs fat. Yeah, what do you think nuts are? In fact, nuts are better for the brain than any source of animal protein, that any source of animal fat that you'll be eating. They're better for your brain and better for your heart. So, yeah. More lies from a mental patient. Not at all, bro. I'm actually a nutritionist. If you think that saturated fat is better for you than unsaturated fat, then loco. If you think that saturated fat is better than unsaturated fat, yet again, loco. Can get B12 easily. Why do we hear the same nonsense over and over? Well, partly because there's some people who keep coming back because they're animal agriculture shills, so they're paid by certain lobby companies or stuff to keep spreading misinformation so that people believe the misinformation, because that's kind of how misinformation works in a time and age where information moves faster. There's one. And then there's two. There's the trolls. There's just people who are either immature or emotionally immature, or they just simply don't want to acknowledge the reality of their choices. And then there's just new people who have never heard the excuses and they think that their excuses are original. Oh yeah, what did you think about avocados? Or something. How many years are you vegan? 4 years. Go get a job, loser. I have a job. What do you mean? My job is to be here and annoy you. What is your name? That's my job. Somebody's paying me to annoy you. What's your name? Let me see. Oh no, I don't see it anymore. Oh yeah, taxi cab. Thank you. Go get a job, loser. Yeah, as I said, taxi cab. My job is to be here and get you to say to somebody, go get a job. Kind of ironic, huh, that you're telling me to go get a job while I'm actually here trying to fight for animal rights, and you're sitting on a stream telling somebody to get a job. Why don't you get a job, huh? If it sounds like you're on a stream right now, huh? Real get a job, gang. Have you ever been to London? There's an area where people debate about anything and everything, and everyone are usually respectful and open-minded. Oh, wise hat. First of all, thank you so much for the £5. I appreciate it. Are you talking about the Speaker's Corner? Because I've been to Speaker's Corner, and everyone debates, but not in a nice manner. No, nobody debates in a respectful and open-minded way. In fact, it's the most close-minded place I've ever been, because everybody just goes there to argue, not debate, argue. They go there to literally argue. Like, I've had a conversation with a person who was saying, yeah, so? Yeah, so? Yeah, all sophists in Speaker, only sophists, a lot of sophists, and a lot of people who just come there to, like, I don't know, they fought with their partners or something, and then they're coming there to just release some of the annoyance. He ran away from Speaker's Corner because he couldn't answer them. I don't think anyone ran away from me. Actually, there was a person who ran away from me. Yeah, you're right. There was a person who ran away from me. You're right. But I think it was just only one person who ran away from me. Your job is tripping on the internet, shirtless chip. I actually made a video today. I'll probably post it later. Yeah. You're the one who ran away? Nah, you can see it. It's so funny. But you can see my video is still online to make such a ridiculous claim. Oh, I love breaking the ice like this. You guys want to have a conversation? I am the king of space! I have so much space now. Look at this. Oh, you can't see it. Let me see. I don't want to move it. That's fine. So, from here, all the way until here, there's no more ice. Because I broke it. Who's strong enough to break ice? This guy. Cute and strong, huh? You want to have a conversation? I made space for everyone. Maybe I should make it all the way until I have a conversation with people, so that people are inviting and they're like, yeah, I want to get away from this ice. I want to just, like I'm tired of being in this ice. So I'm just going to be coming here, speaking to this person, take a break from all the ice. Ha! There you go. See, now you can see that I made some space. So now, when somebody comes, let me put a little bit more space here. So when somebody comes, you want to have a conversation? I made some nice space here, so there's no ice while you sit. Okay. How cold is it there? 2 degrees, 3 degrees, it's not very cold. Asserting dominance by making space. Pretty much. Martin, thank you so much for the 20 euros. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I was gonna say, I'm still undecided about something. I don't know what to do, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll make a decision. But meanwhile, yeah, all the ice is gone. It's nice and not icy over here. Kuka says next person is vegan. Kuka, if we get to have a next person, because My feet are kind of cold, and in me breaking the ice, some of the water got into my shoes. Martin is a legend. Yes, W in the chat for Martin. W is for Martin. And FYI, everyone, just let's get a check over here. If you're vegan type 1, if you're not vegan type 2, but if you're interested type 3. Martin W, appreciate that. Yeah, Martin is a big W for Martin. Wish I had a shovel now. We have a 3, Sigma boy, nice. Says 2, 3, nice, 3. We have a couple of 3s. There's an interesting documentary in the description of my stream. It's a 3-minute video. The 3-minute video kind of shows, maybe it will motivate you to understand why it is that we're vegan. It takes 3 minutes out of your life, and you know, you get to make a decision on your own afterwards. Give that a watch. 1. A lot of cool people said 1. Jobless loser. Taxi cab. I said 1 or 2, not letters. I don't know what those letters are supposed to mean. I'll join the Discord. Yeah, Wisehead, join the Discord. Hell yeah, that's cool. Pew 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 to the cows and the sheep. Yeah, so you're in favor of slaughtering innocent sentient beings for, I don't know, because you get pleasure out of it. Would you do that to dogs? Good number of 1s here. Yeah. 3-minute video. Thank you, Martin, for placing it. See, Martin placed the video in here. Let me see if I can pin it. Yes, thank you. So I pinned Martin's message. As you see it, it's a 3-minute video. It is pinned right now in the stream. So if you guys want to give that a watch to see kind of what it is that we're talking about, it's worth it. It's worth it. You'll learn something about it, and it only takes 3 minutes out of your life. Wait, let's try and read this Omar Sissel, what he said. I'll try it, okay? Get a grip, everyone! Know what you veggies are obsessed with! He started with 2 laughing emojis, that's why I started that way. It's ridiculous. That was difficult to force that laugh. No wonder no one is walking up to you. Actually, several people are looking at me. They're probably feeling like, what the fuck's this guy doing? What's you laughing like? Who's he behaving like that? Who's he even talking to? I'm talking to you guys, huh? Because you guys are cool. Hey, I believe baby oil should be mandatory in every kind of parry. Do you want to challenge that? I don't know what a parry is. And I don't know why baby oil should be mandatory. Can you form some form of logical, coherent statement on why baby oil should be mandatory in every kind of, and whatever parry means? Didi 69696. Do you support lab-grown meat? Well, not actively, no. But if somebody were to be making lab-grown meat without the exploitation of animals, then I'd have no problem with it. Why do you remind me of a white PDD? No? No clue. I'm so far from that mentality, though. I'm exactly fighting against that mentality, so yeah. Do you think Diddy did it? I mean, it's pretty clear he was a rapist, the same as Donald Trump, so yeah. They're both rapists. They pretty clearly are, right? Like there's no need to deny it, and if you deny it, then you're like just denying some form of reality to suit your narrative, motivated reasoning. And we started this whole conversation at the beginning saying why you shouldn't be doing that. Axel, you know what? If I do have a conversation with a person before I leave, I'll try your method. Let's see how it goes. I'll try it, why not? I'll become vegan someday, but not now. Yeah, so how many more animals should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you from now on? The problem is there's this truck that's parked over here, so people from that side don't see me, so it's difficult for people to stop. And by the minute that they reach here, they already haven't made the decision, right? So that's why a lot of people come here, they see me, they stop and they move on. Because if they saw me from far away, they would come. That's what happens. People need a little bit of a time to decide. So they come here, they see me, and then they move to that place over there, and they ask themselves, should we do it? But then they're like, oh, we already passed it or something. It's so predictable. The human behavior is so predictable. It's so instinctive and predictable. I said I will. I'm on your side. Chill out. So how many more animals should be exploited, abused, and slaughtered for you from now on, Iberia? Hey, you want to have a conversation? Are you being live on YouTube?
Yeah.
You want to come here so that you're in view?
Yeah, first.
What's your name?
Emilien, what's yours?
Emilie?
Emilien.
Marco,
Marco. Where are you guys from?
Canada, Montreal.
Canada, Montreal. Nice. I've been to... I forgot. I've been to Canada. It was nice. I want to ask you, so I'm an animal rights activist. How do you guys feel about animals?
I love animals.
You love
Yeah.
animals?
Yeah.
Do you think animals should be given personhood?
Personhood, that's
Like laws apply to them?
Yeah, like laws to protect them from being exploited, abused.
Oh, so I just want you're vegan, right? Or
Yeah.
vegetarian?
Yeah,
Okay.
vegan,
Yeah. Well, I think. I
You
don't
know, we gave, like in Canada and US, they gave
Yeah.
personhood to rivers.
They gave what to rivers?
Personhood.
Oh, to rivers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that they're
Well, wait.
protected, so that
Against pollution.
yeah. So don't you think that we should give animals personhood? They kind of are like persons, aren't they? They are.
Yeah, of course, but
They have emotions. They have an experience of life.
Yeah,
What more do we
yeah.
need for them to be persons?
yeah, but I think like the fact that we eat like animals, just like it's a nature thing, right?
What is?
Animals eat each other, between each other, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we should like stop eating animals because it's just nature, right? It's
I don't know. I
it's
think we
meant to
should
be-
stop raping each other.
Right?
and-
Yeah, of course.
But the rape happens in nature
Yeah.
also.
Yeah, but
Animals rape each other also. So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you
but
see
very
what I
smarter.
mean? Like
Yeah, of
animals do X in nature doesn't
Yeah.
mean we should do X in nature, right? So if animals kill each other or animals
Yeah.
rape each other doesn't mean we should kill or rape each other, right?
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Like something happening in nature is not necessarily should not necessarily influence our decision making process.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's a very good point. Actually.
Yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do eat meat. I don't eat it often because I know it's bad for the planet and all that. So I don't eat it often.
Yeah.
It's more like a pleasure for like once a week thing, you know. So I don't because people like I know some Americans they eat meat like every day, red meat every day. That's so bad for the planet. I mean, I don't really like that. But I think if
What about the animals?
yeah,
I mean, bad for the planet, but what about for the animals? Do you think it's good for the animals to eat their
I
flesh
mean,
once a
I
week?
think humans are animals, but we just evolved that we are kind of superior in a way. I mean, why us? Why did we get intelligent, but not like a rabbit?
They're all intelligent.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't solve equations or
They don't have iPhones.
They can solve problems,
yeah,
but
basic problems for sure.
But I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you look at the whole of populations, everybody's just working based on instinct mostly.
Yeah.
Like to claim, like obviously we have a capability for intelligence. I give you that. We have capability for higher intelligence, but I mean, I don't think that's something we should judge on whether to kill them or not, right? Like, do you think if some human doesn't have this capability, let's imagine that they're born with a disease that they just remain cognitively impaired their whole existence,
I
their
mean,
whole
it
life.
does exist. I mean,
Yeah. Should we treat them like an animal? Should we exploit and kill them?
But
I don't
like
think so.
I think what's like very wrong is like mass exploitation, like where
Yeah.
they don't have place to live and everything. Obviously that's wrong, but
Well, why is that wrong though?
because they don't have a life, they don't get to experience life.
They get born, they get fed, they kill them, and we eat
they
them.
live-
So
But that's the description of every farming, isn't it? They
Yeah.
get born,
I mean,
they
no,
get
I mean,
fed,
like
and they get killed.
Kobe beef. They live a whole life. They get massaged. They eat very well. They have a lot of place.
That's not
and
true.
like
at home in Quebec, we buy from a farm. The animals are well treated. They live a good life.
Were you well treated?
Sorry?
Were you well treated?
Yeah, I was.
Did you have a good life?
Yeah.
Would it be fair for
I
me
mean,
to
we're
kill
19
you?
and
No,
we're
of
here
course
right
not.
now.
Yeah, that's good.
Did you grow? Do you think you're going to grow more?
Sorry?
Do you think you're going to grow more?
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit, huh?
Yeah.
He's already 6'3".
Yeah. Imagine, imagine you're pretty tall. Yeah. Like, imagine that once you reach the age when you no longer grow, somebody says, "Well,
You're good.
you're good.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah,
did,
of
you
course.
lived a good life. I gave you a good life. It's
Yeah, I
I
get it.
could kill you. You know."
Yeah.
Like it's they I understand that they're not intelligent or something, but they do experience life. Like
Yeah.
they do have all these emotions. Like everything we experience out of life, the fact that we don't want to die and all of this is not coming from our intelligence. It's coming from who we are. It
Yeah.
just comes instinctively. to
Survival
us.
instinct, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So shouldn't we grant them this? Because we can get nutrition, we can get food satisfaction, we can buy clothes, we can everything we can already make without using animals. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
There's delicious plant-based
You're
food
right,
and
you're
all this
right.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, but there's an alternative that also plant-based is pretty bad for the environment too, for some certain
Way better
things.
than any animal product, regardless of the alternative.
Yeah, for sure, but still. Like electric cars are good for the planet, but what they don't tell you is making one car battery is the equivalent of riding a gas car for like 8 years.
Yeah.
So like
But if you think about it, like, wouldn't you killing a person be good for the environment?
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Killing
What?
humans will be good for the environment.
But
Yeah.
I mean we are
Yeah, it would be really
yeah.
good for the environment
Yeah,
to
But
kill
is it a
humans.
good thing? No.
But should we do it?
Yeah, no.
No, so even if it would be better for the environment to consume animal products, we still shouldn't do it because of the animals. We shouldn't be killing them because, but environmentally speaking,
I have,
just to,
I have an uncle that hunts.
Yeah.
I mean, when he hunts an animal, he uses everything about it, except like he even uses the bones. He makes broth with it. So I mean,
if I kill you, like if I want to kill you, does it help to know that I'm gonna use all your body?
I mean, it's better than just killing me for
Kinda.
no reason.
No, it is
I
better,
signed
but
the
it's
paper
still.
to give out my organs if I die.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Same. I'm
Yeah,
also
good
an organ
thing.
donor,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like the thing about it is it doesn't make our killing or our death or our somebody just saying I don't care about your life any better, because
Yeah.
when you're in the position that you need to do it, when you need to kill somebody, like you're in self-defense or you're in a situation where you would starve to death unless you do it, nobody would judge you for that, and I'm not here to tell you to not do it in that situation. But in the day-to-day situation where we can go to a supermarket, a restaurant, and anywhere, and we can choose and say, hey, I'm going to pick this product and this one won't kill an animal, won't use an animal, won't treat them like an object. How could I ever justify buying the one that does treat them like an object, that does kill them, when I can just, for me, it's just this versus that,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point, man.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I respect your point of view,
Yeah.
and I hope you respect mine.
Well, I don't respect your point of view. No, I don't
See,
respect.
that's
Just
the
the,
problem.
the thing. It's not a problem because do you think we should respect the point of view of somebody who wants to abuse or exploit women?
Well, no, but I mean,
So why should I respect the point of
matter
view of
the-
somebody
the-
who wants
the-
to exploit or
what
abuse animals?
people think everybody deserves respect. You know?
Well, no, no,
So, I mean,
no,
I
no.
don't-
It's
What's
not the
your
same
name
thing. It's
again?
not the same thing.
It's I respect you as a person. I just
Yeah.
don't respect your choice to abuse
But I mean,
animals.
Yeah, that's all right.
Even though, let's say I don't like your point of view, doesn't mean I don't like you. You know?
Yeah, I get
mean,
it, but like,
You could be my best friend. You could be like, let's say, extremist right person. But I mean, if I still like him as a friend, I mean, I don't mind. He can vote for whatever he wants. I mean, it's not my business.
well,
you know?
to some extent, right? Because if
Yeah, I
somebody,
mean,
if your
if he
friend is a
starts
Nazi
killing-
person,
yeah.
like, you would say
some
like
extent,
no,
yeah,
right?
but you
Like
know-
to some extent. So you have a margin of where you consider a person right or wrong. But either like whether you want that person to be next to you or not doesn't really matter because you can still acknowledge that something they're doing is wrong. Like say for instance, if somebody's voting for Trump, you would acknowledge that what they're doing is wrong because
Yeah.
Trump is a rapist and an asshole. So it's the same thing right now. Like you might be a nice person and you might trying to be an environmentalist as you claim, but when it comes to the animals, you are being an asshole to them, and it's not a nice thing to do. Like you're only doing it because somebody told you to do it. Because for example, if I ask you, would you do it to cats and dogs?
I mean, depends. But like, I mean, in Asia they eat.
Yeah.
they-
No, but I mean in a situation where you can always choose something else, would you choose to eat cats and dogs?
No.
What's your point of view about like oysters?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, they're an animal.
we can go down that road, but like the reason, just to finish on this cats and dogs
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
the reason you see the reason why I brought it up is because this just shows exactly that we've just been brought up to think it's okay to kill one animal but not the other. But in reality, if you think from their perspective, all of them experience life fairly similar. Like there's a very small difference between pigs and dogs, very small,
Yeah.
and pigs are generally more intelligent even. So, but the small difference, it doesn't matter to us. We just see them as I assigned you the
Yeah.
role to be killed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they your friends? They're.
No,
We don't know them.
Oh, okay.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
What about oysters? And like seafood or whatever.
so if they're sentient, if they have an experience of life, I wouldn't eat them. If they're not, I don't have a problem with it. I think
Oysters
I think oysters, as far as I know, like there's evidence that they might be and evidence that they're not, and so I go by the precautionary principle, saying that if they could be sentient, I'd rather not risk it, especially given that we have so much other food. But I wouldn't.
So like plants and trees, like they don't have an experience of life.
No, they're not
No?
sentient.
Okay,
no.
okay.
Because they don't have a brain, right? Like we know that the
Yeah.
experience of life comes from the brain. It's we can turn it off during surgery and stuff, right? It's-
And same thing for like insects.
yeah, same thing
Yeah.
for insects. Yeah. The insects that have brains have an experience of life.
So you don't eat them?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, no.
I thought vegans could eat like insects or.
No, it's so being vegan just means saying that if somebody's sentient, you
Yeah.
respect their existence.
Oh, okay.
That's all
Yeah,
they
I get
do.
it.
So it applies to animals now, but let's imagine that if AI became sentient,
Yeah.
being vegan would also mean that you're known
You're
use
not
AI.
eating AI?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you know you wouldn't
Yeah,
enslave
they
AI
have-
if they're
yeah,
sentient.
yeah.
It's
I
not
get it.
worth it. They have an experience of life.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having this conversation
Yeah,
with me.
of
Let me
course, of
give you guys some cards, and
Yeah.
I hope you change your mind because it's kind of fucked up what we do to animals. And
Yeah. I'll remember you.
there's a documentary here called Dominion. Maybe
Yeah.
give that a watch. And do you think until you watch that documentary to make a decision for yourself that you can choose to not oppress them anymore?
Yeah.
Maybe choose a plant-based dish or something.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Have a good
Nice
one.
day, man.
Cheers.
Thank you. You too.
You guys want to have a conversation?
Yeah.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Huh?
Are you okay being live on
Yeah,
YouTube?
why not?
How old are you?
16.
16? You can't be on camera. 16.
Me too.
16. You can be off camera if you want. You can have a conversation with me, but not on camera. Because
Oh,
you
that's
cannot
fine.
you cannot give informed consent to be on camera. So
Okay, that's fine.
that's fine. What are your names?
Lily.
Lily.
Je mag toch niet op camera zijn?
Yeah. Can you come here? Come here. You won't be on camera here. What's your name?
Alfred.
Alfred and
Lily.
Where are you guys from?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Russia.
Russia and Netherlands. Love it. So I'm an animal rights activist. I want to fight for the rights of animals.
Yeah.
I think animals should be given personhood. Do you think animals should be given personhood?
I think to some degree, yes, but also it's like very normalized to eat meat and that kind of stuff, and it also like happens in nature.
Does that mean that we should do it? Are all of these reasons for us to continue bringing animals into existence only to kill them and use them?
I personally don't think like only raising them to kill them is ethical, but if they have a good life and then at the end of it they get eaten, I don't think that's harmful, but like making animals just to kill them, I think
So we
is
should eat our
kinda
pets?
harmful. Not our pets, that's kind of different,
Why?
because we don't
We give them a good life. We get attached to them. We give them a good life. Why not eat them afterwards?
Yeah, if your pet dies and then afterwards you eat them, I don't think that harms the animal. So
No.
I think
so
like
you
can, it's just not preferred. I mean, you wouldn't really.
would you do it?
No, I don't have
I
pets.
personally
so
wouldn't.
I don't have
I don't have any pets either. But if I did, I don't think I would like want to eat them. But
I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
eat my grandma when she dies. I wouldn't eat my pet when they die. But obviously, if you think about it logically, you could. There would be no
Yeah.
actual harm being done in the process, right?
Yeah,
So in the same way, an animal, if they die and you want to eat them, I wouldn't have a problem with it
Yeah, I
necessarily.
don't-
But
yeah.
bringing an animal into existence to use them and kill them, like we do for dairy products, for eggs and for meat,
yeah.
or for wool or any of this, shouldn't that be something we shouldn't be supporting?
Yeah, I do think that's more harmful than the, like, if an animal dies, then you eat them. I don't think that's harmful, but like making human, it's like almost if you like have a baby just to have them work for you or something, or
Yeah.
some people have kids just to have them like care for them
Exactly.
when they are old, and I don't think that's like ethical.
Yeah. But do you do it? Do you pay for this to happen? Do you pay for animal products?
Well, I personally like almost never buy meat. It's like maybe
Cheese.
twice a month I actually use animal products, and I do try to get them like from places that I know treat the animals as well as I can get.
But they still
it.
bring them into
Yeah.
existence to kill them.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it is better than like if there are like 10 chickens on like
Yeah.
a few centimeters.
I mean, if I bring into existence a woman only to use her
Yeah.
and then kill her, it's better if in the meanwhile I also give her a good life
Yeah.
than if I give her a bad life. But it's still a bad thing that I'm
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
right? Like at the end of the day. So do you think we need to consume any animal products, for example?
I don't think the amount we do it is needed.
Do you think any amount is needed?
Not needed, but it is like people enjoy it, and people are so used to it. So I do think that's like something, but I don't think it will ever really stop. But I think we can lessen it.
Do you think that should mean that we should do it? Like if all of those reasons that you said, because we've always done it, because we get some enjoyment out of it, does that mean we should continue supporting it?
I personally don't think so. I think everyone should like minimalize it as much as they can, but some people
Which is zero.
are like so used to it, or like their families don't agree with it if they're like younger. So like I think we should all try to lessen it as much as we can, but I don't think it will ever get to like truly nothing.
I mean, we could have said that about any other injustice that happened throughout history, right? Like slavery, like women not having rights. We could have said it's never gonna be any other way.
True.
But
True.
but it came to be, like with a lot of activism and people changing their minds. It got to be. Like, what role do you stand in this? Do you think there's any way for you to continue buying an animal product or consuming an animal product, like demanding it, and being right towards and doing something right towards that animal?
Yeah, I think I would. I'm already trying to like eat as like the least animal products I can. With like I also still live.
Why
with
isn't
my
that
parents.
zero?
Because I still live with my parents and I don't cook for myself every day, so that's like I've talked to them about how I like want to eat less meat, but they don't want to eat nothing, so I'm not gonna be able to cook like a different meal every day, but I do try to eat.
What would they do if they said you don't want to eat any animal products anymore? Wouldn't
Yeah.
they support you, or would they say no? They'll force you to eat something.
I don't think they will force me to eat something, but then I'll just have like half a meal. So
So they'll feed you less.
yeah, because like they will just cook for themselves and not give me the meat.
Okay, is that what they do now?
Like as much as I can, I'll try to get something like different to replace the meat, or like vegan alternatives when I can.
What if your parents started cooking dogs?
I wouldn't eat that. If they wouldn't stop, I'll just take my half a meal and then run with that.
So don't you think you should grant other animals the same thing then?
yeah, I think I can at least like think about how I can do this as much as I can.
Let me give you a card, okay?
Yeah, I do have to go. But,
Yeah, I see that. That's why. There's a
Yes.
documentary here called The Minion.
Yeah.
Give that a watch to
Thanks.
see what I'm talking
Have a
about,
nice
okay?
day.
Thank you. Have a good one. Okay, I'm done, everyone. I'm done. I'm cold. I'm cold. I am cold. I am cold. We've had a couple of conversations. What's your view on the clothes you wear? We shouldn't be exploiting animals for clothes also. Third world, low paid labor creating them. That's not true, first of all. That's why this jacket was extremely expensive, because it's made not in the third world. It's made in the European Union fully. The phone tech you use and how it's created such batteries. I don't know, like what does this have to do with the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of sentient beings for optional products? I need a phone, sadly. I need it. I can't, like in the Netherlands you can't live. Like you literally can't get, like the municipality requires that you have a phone. I don't know what to tell you about that. And regardless of all of this, there's a difference between systems that contain exploitation and systems that demand exploitation, that inherently depend on it. Take, for instance, when you buy a phone, because you say phone right now, when you buy a phone, those systems contain exploitation, and why you should try to support it as few as possible. You choosing to buy one phone or the other, or you choosing making these choices, or choosing not to buy a phone at all, will not change the system. It won't. All what that it will do is the factory that, for instance, engages in child labor, they'll just switch from making phones to something else, because it's a systemic issue. And you should totally fight for that. But the way you fight for that is you go on the street and you fight for it, you protest it. Boycotting it doesn't really work in systems that contain exploitation. But the system that depends on exploitation, that inherently depends on it, or in other words, cannot be made without exploitation, because you can make phones without this shit happening, right? But you can't make animal products without exploiting without exploiting animals. You can't. And if you're so concerned about the exploitation of humans, why are you not concerned about the exploitation of humans in the meat and dairy farms, in the meat and dairy industry? Because, the slaughterhouse workers, for example, they suffer from severe PTSD. They're like one of the worst situations that somebody can ever be in. They just are. Chip, don't you think morality is subjective? Morality is subjective, but objectively applied and consistent. You can choose your moral rules, of course, but they have to be consistent and objectively applied. That's the problem. Most people are not morally consistent, or they don't apply it objectively. I'm eating some KFC. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That's not nice. That's not nice to the innocent chickens. They deserve to live also. You treating them like an object simply because you were taught to treat them like an object. It's kind of a dick move. And that, yet again, it just makes you look like an NPC more than anything. Because you're just essentially following what everybody else told you. You don't think for yourself. You just say, well, you know what? That's how I learned to do it. That's how I learned to enjoy it. That's what I'm going to continue doing it. Let's see. Can a chicken be guilty? Yeah, a chicken can attack you. And in that sense, they're no longer innocent, quote unquote, right? They're doing something to you, and you have the right to defend yourself. A chicken, it's highly unlikely that a chicken will attack you, but if they do and you defend yourself and you happen to kill them in that process, you shouldn't try to kill them, you should try to defend yourself without killing them. But if you happen to kill them in that process, it's a different thing, rather than you intentionally killing them simply because you wanted the taste of their flesh, or you bringing them into existence to use them and then kill them, or you bringing them to existence to use them. It's all fucked up. This whole idea of giving existence to somebody only so that they can serve you, and when they can no longer serve you, you kill them. It's just a particular level of fucked upness. That's just something that I myself would never want to support. So the fact that you would actively want to support it, the fact that you would actively try to ignore the fact that you're supporting that, and defend it with so much prowess or something. It's a disgusting behavior. It's just disgusting behavior, and it's probably what's wrong with the world nowadays. This type of behavior. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. Remember to subscribe, because I like those numbers going up. I like them. Thank you so much, everyone, who donated. Let me see, because I think we have some interesting people today have made some funding. Thank you so much. So thank you so much to Renee, the vegan enemy, Wise Hat, and Martin Kevin. Thank you so much for all the support. It helps, obviously. It helps me. I'm gonna need this year to try and make it work somehow with my activism and with everything. If not, this year will be, unfortunately, the last year that I can do activism as how I've been doing, and I'll have to get a full-time job, because right now I have a part-time job, right? So we'll have to see. I'm gonna try and make it work. This is the year where I have to. I want to, that I have to. Yeah, David, thank you for being here. The 40-year-old vegan, also a good person to follow. No, what's wrong with the world is people like you thinking humans give things existence. Ted, we give animals existence. You don't know that. Doesn't mean that you are right about it. And you calling animals things only serves against as you see every single person what they're saying on the street. They're not objects. You shouldn't treat them like objects. When you call them things, you're essentially objectifying them. I love you all unless you aren't vegan. Yeah, Axel. I like that. I like that a lot. We have a little contest on the stream where we give shout outs to the first people who comment on the stream. I want to give a shout out to Draculum and Martin. They are the first to comment on the stream. Thank you for that. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. I don't know when the next one will be. Tomorrow it will be rainy here, so I probably won't be on the street. But we'll see. Maybe the weather changes. If not, maybe I'll try a little bit of Discord again. And if not, such a cutie. Such a cutie. Cute dog. Ooh, look at him. Look at him, so cutie. I love him so much. I like dogs. I love dogs so much. Eat more beef? No, don't. Don't do that. Cows are cool people. Cows are cool people. Don't put cows in a position where they're brought into existence only to be enslaved and killed for you. They don't deserve this. They really don't. You know. And Murphy, I understand you're kind of like an NPC where you have to say beef, beef, beef. I can't say anything else, but try to think for yourself, bro. That's what we're all about here. You are a slave, Chip. Some of you, man, I swear to God, some of you are just like it would surprise me if at some point we would stop having so much hate. It would surprise me. The amount of hate that you guys give for the fact that I fight for animal rights is just insane to me. Like, you don't want to be vegan. Well, it's kind of a dick move that you don't want to be vegan, and you will be an oppressor if you don't want to be vegan. But you can also just shut the fuck up and listen to the conversation if that's what you want to do. But instead you come to the stream and you just give hate for some reason. Why? Beats me. Maybe you hate yourself and you really like being in a stream where people contradict you and show you that you're wrong in your position. Maybe that's what it is. I saw a slaughterhouse on accident while traveling. I took a wrong turn. It was horrifying. Yeah, it is. It's very horrifying, yeah. You are the oppression you speak of. You are the moral contradiction you're fighting. Ted, explain to me how. I want to change, Ted. I want to be a better person. So, Ted, explain to me how I'm an oppressor, how I'm in a moral contradiction, as you claim. I don't want to be there. I don't want to be in that position. So please, tell me how. I'm waiting on that how. He looks like my grandmother. Your grandmother must be cute because I am cute. Yeah. Just what I thought. See? When I'm actually asking for help, you're saying that I'm not morally consistent. You're saying that I'm doing something that's immoral. And when I ask you how and how can I do better, you say nothing. Just what I thought. Because that's the reality behind it. You don't have any arguments. You're just using the nuh-uh, you are. You're just using the most childish form of argumentation. I know you are, but what am I? Seriously, like it's funny. It's just like the most childish thing ever. Nuh-uh, you're immoral. Nuh-uh, you're inconsistent. Nuh-uh, you're the oppressor. Nuh-uh. Really? What's the stupidest thing? Oh, look at that, Ted. Ted brought the crop deaths argument. You don't want to kill animals, but that's how farmers need to get rid of animals to keep the vegetables. Oh, Ted, you brought in the stupidest argument that you could bring. The crop deaths argument. There's so much to be said about it. But I'm not even gonna bother, Ted, because it's such a stupid argument that you can just Google it. It's so easy. Like, in fact, you know what? Let me put it this way. There's a couple of things you need to look out for when it comes to the crop deaths argument. Number one killing is to protect crops. The other killing is because you see animals as objects. Number two, one happens. Well, let's see. Well, we already said, I think that's the most important part, that one is being killed for. I'm sorry, my brain is a little bit, I'm tired. I'm thinking of how to get home now because it's gonna be wet. Well, not wet, but slushy and mushy. But so crop deaths. One is being killed simply because you see them like an object, and the other is to protect your crops. Two, you kill considerably more animals in the process, if by that logic, because we grow most of the crops to feed the animals that we farm. There you go. And three, I think the whole position that I so express so often that you deny and that you refuse to engage with and that you strawman with this argument is the exploitation part. When you bring to life an animal only to use them and kill them, you're objectifying them. If, however, as I've just explained before, an animal is attacking you or as an animal is invading your house, you have the right to try and get rid of that animal. If the only way to do that is by you killing them, you are well within your rights to do that. That's the reality of it. It's nothing to do with intention. It's nothing to do with harming them. And on top of all this, if we, first of all, we have alternatives for that, but if all the farmers who grow crops, as you claim, would be vegan, they wouldn't be doing all of that. So in reality, veganism would solve also that issue. It's a different issue, but it would also solve that issue. So it's such a nonsensical argument. It's such a lazy argument too. It's like saying, well, there is no complexity to it. Cars kill people, therefore if you accidentally run over somebody, you are just as morally culpable as if you take a gun and start shooting people. It's just as ridiculous, because it's not the same, is it? You're not in the same situation. So it's just a lazy argument. It's the lazy man's out. That's what it is. So show me yet again the inconsistency. Tell me how animals are exploited in one. Because the whole point was about exploitation. No, they would still have to kill all the bugs and the birds and the deer in order to keep the vegetables from being eaten. Ted, you have never been on a farm, bro. I grew up with a farm, bro. The nonsense that you're saying. You heard Ted Nugent or something, or some asshole on, like, by the way, everyone, you see, I made this route and everybody wants my route now. Like, look at this. Everybody's just like, this is the best route ever because, you know, it got no eyes. You heard this on Ted Nugent or some nonsense on some stupid podcast. I heard it in the short, okay? I heard it in the reel. Therefore, it must be true. The amount of nonsense, Ted. Oh, Ted. Oh, Ted. You must not be very bright, Ted. But that's okay, Ted. I hope you understand that even with you being a little bit less intelligent, you still deserve to not be exploited or abused or slaughtered. You know why, Ted? Because you experience life. You deserve to have your rights being respected, Ted, not being treated like an object. You shouldn't be treated like an object, Ted. Okay? I understand again. I understand. You know, it's not all the wheels work up there in the right amount of order. I know some of them are like and while for some people it's just, you know, you can learn to be better, Ted, but you gotta be open-minded, Ted. You gotta try and learn. Like, learning and trying to be better at something or trying to be more educated on a matter will not work by you scrolling on Instagram on a feed. You gotta pick up a book. You gotta pick up, I don't know, a study. Learn it some way that you'll actually learn, not just being on your phone and doom scrolling. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. USA is so fucked when you have no chance, honestly. Like, you have no idea. Just like, we'll see how the midterms go, but yeah, that will be a resemblance on how fucked USA is. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'll see you in the next one, okay? I don't know, as I said, when it will be, but I will definitely see you in the next one. Stay cool. And if you're curious about it, there's a 3-minute video that's been, as you see, that's been pinned over here and in the description of this stream also. Give that a watch. It takes 3 minutes out of your life. As much as you hate me, you shouldn't punish animals for how much you hate me or what I'm saying. Don't punish them. And don't punish yourself for that matter, okay? Give that a watch. Make changes. Educate yourself. Have a good one, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Close. Come on. Maybe I won't end it now, because I know Dracula will be faster than everyone. Maybe I'll end it sooner or later.